Welcome to another episode of I Am Nano.
Putting the I in I Am Nano. I am your host, Irfani.
And I am your other host, Monica.
And today we will be talking about plant generators for energy conversion that came out of research conducted in both Italy and Germany.
Yes, specifically wind energy. And this is from a full paper from the Journal of Energy Technology in 2020. And pretty much it's about using leaves from plants to convert wind into electricity.
Okay, so lots to unpack here. Like leaves make energy? Like how do plants make energy and where is the electricity coming from?
Yeah, plants can convert mechanical energy into electricity. Research from today's Lit Update has actually been proved back in 2018, where some of the same researchers showed that plants can generate up to 150 volts per leaf, and that's enough to power 100 LEDs.
Okay, so how does that work? Can I just have house plans to turn on my computer and TV?
Not yet there with the research, but hopefully one day. The leaves can gather electric charges on their surface through a process called contact electrification. Very fancy term there. But then the charges that are gathered, they can immediately be transmitted into the inner plant tissue. The plant tissue acts somewhat like a cable, and then it can transport the generated electricity coming from the leaves to other parts of the plant. And that's a naturally occurring process.
So can we collect that or should I just, bring a plant everywhere in case my phone battery runs out and just stick it in the plant?
Well, honestly, researchers have found that by simply connecting a plug into the plant stem, the electricity generated can be harvested and used to power electronic devices. So your theory isn't that far off. The
Right.
exact details for how they make electrical signals is through a dielectric cuticle and an ion conductive layer. And these are found in the leaf, and all plants have this sort of setup in one shape or another. And that type of transfer of electrical signals is coined as being triboelectric. Most of us have encountered triboelectric charge through everyday static electricity.
Okay, so the transfer of electrons between two bodies. I have definitely done that to my friends on more than one occasion. And also after drying laundry, I always get electrocuted by my laundry, which is really annoying. So I'm very familiar with static electricity. So you mentioned that this was first discovered in 2018, right? So what does the new 2020 research from Professor Mazzolai's group describe?
So, the work that I found to be lit worthy is how the scientists developed a way to upscale the power output using multiple leaves working together through the plant tissue. And they found a way to take advantage of the natural environment, like random winds, into usable electricity. The team compared both real and fake plant leaves for a very detailed and well developed case study.
Okay, so how did they make it work?
So it's called a hybrid plant, and the setup involves artificial leaves made up of silicon and PET that are placed on top of the plant. And they vibrate along with it when exposed to windy conditions. So, specifically, the silicon is placed on top of certain areas of the leaves. And this makes an electrical contact with the leaves and generates surface charges.
Okay, so surface charges like positive and negative, so kind of lots of electrons make for a negative charge, and then a lack of electrons, sometimes referred to as holes, make things more positive. So, opposites attract, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that is contact electrification. So the charges that are formed from the wind, they go through the plant and its tissue, and then through an electrode that was placed on there on top of the surface of the plant. This was done by the researchers. There's no natural electrodes, for this case. And this produces a current. And then that's collected for energy.
I would love to have this type of energy harvesting because it'll be amazing to have them in the coming years. I can just have a forest in my house. I don't need to pay my electric bill.
What's more is that the fake silicon leaves used were transparent. So when they were placed on top of the real leaves, they didn't inhibit the plant's regular photosynthesis.
So no plants were harmed in this research, right?
Well, afterwards they picked the leaves after, and then they found no damages.
Okay. What about bugs? What if bugs land on the leaf?
No, that's a really good question. The bug should be okay, I think. The electricity is stored elsewhere in an external capacitor.
Okay. That's good. So no harms were onto bugs as well. So no plants were harmed, no bugs were harmed, right? What other devices can be powered?
If the energy is accumulated enough, it can power sensors. And in this work, they showed a digital thermometer being powered up by one of the plants. So 4 leaves alone exposed to a wind speed of 1 meter per second was able to charge a battery to 1.5 volts in only 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And that was enough to power up a digital temperature thermometer, which also, if you follow the link in the description, the authors show their process in their supplemental information as a video. It's very neat.
Oh, wow. I'm still baffled, to be honest with you. This is amazing. But to summarize, the energy scales with the wind speed, right? So the more wind, the more energy. But what about humidity? I mean, there's a lot of plants in the tropics, but it's really humid.
Yeah, humidity is not great for the current prototype, but the device can be optimized to work in humid and rainy environments. And the researchers speculate that they could use these natural conditions as a way of cleaning the fake leaves that are placed on top of the real leaves. But there are still many aspects to be developed, such as what type of plastic leaves, what plants to work best for energy harvesting, how much we can actually store. All that still needs to be found out.
Right. But still, this is an amazing form of sustainable energy. I mean, right now we have wind turbines, which are great, but they are big and noisy, and living around them can be annoying, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully we can use this type of energy conversion sooner rather than later. But here's the question. Where's the nano?
Good question. And although it's not explicitly a nano device itself, it does utilize concepts in nanotechnology for creating it. And the values are on par with a nano generator. So a great application in this work is, utilizing that biomimetic science.
Right. So a triboelectric nanogenerator is an energy harvesting device that converts the external mechanical energy into electricity using that triboelectric effect and an electrostatic induction process, right?
Yeah, exactly. And this is something that the plants itself naturally does already through the leaves. Yeah. So it's great. And I think it's also important to recognize that even though we study specifically nanomaterials, that doesn't mean we have to be exclusive to it. And it opens us up for future segments on nanobiomimetic devices.
Yeah. Well, yeah, stay tuned to learn more about these nanobiomimetic devices in the future. All right, everyone. That is all the nano for today. Take care.
And stay curious.